Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and I'm your host today. Today we will look into the EV market share when it comes to new cars. Really interesting numbers from Europe. Then we will look into Starlink, major milestone that was achieved a few days ago. Then we also look into the internet that we could soon have in airplanes. And as we are starting here with Starlink, just as a reminder, the Starship will eventually bring satellites from Starlink into orbit. Really looking forward to see that happening in the near future. Furthermore, we do have Starlink reaching a peak number of 69,420 users being online in the Starlink internet at the same time. Well, for those who don't follow Starlink, it might be like, okay, the number is not really high, but yes, it is, because in February it was 10K. And if we remind us, it is a beta version that we are looking at right now. So the numbers are really good. And we do see that currently we only have 1,800 satellites in orbit. So there will be so many more satellites coming very soon. So really good news coming from Starlink, even further news from Starlink actually, because we might see a solve of a problem, or the problem will be solved very soon when it comes to the internet in airplanes. And the issue when you have the airplane or you're flying somewhere is you have really expensive internet. And recently Starlink announced that they will be working on internet in the 737 Boeing and the Airbus 320, which are the most people that are traveling with that. So this is really good news for Starlink, because it will generate a lot of revenue for Starlink, and that will make an IPO even more likely. And we are all looking forward to another IPO with another project of Elon Musk. So really waiting for that IPO, because Starlink will be a money printing machine at some point. Once the satellites are up there, the cost to bring it up there is so cheap, no one else can do it. And then you also have the ability to bring the Starlink internet into all Teslas, to bring it into all homes, wherever people live and want to buy it. So there will be a huge demand, and we do know that there's a lot of reservations out there for Starlink. So really good news. Furthermore, coming from the United States, a new proposal for EV rebates will be actually be discussed at the end of the year, but there's another proposal which is talking about 7.5 billion for infrastructure of EVs and 7.5 billion for electric buses and transit vehicles. So for the electric buses and transit vehicles, it's not really the market here for Tesla where I do expect a lot to get from. But when it comes to the infrastructure, I think Tesla could get a really good amount of money from that, because Tesla is working on the supercharging network itself. So maybe, which we don't know yet, Tesla will be able to get a pie from the $7.5 billion if they can convince the government that they will further increase the supercharging network. The only question is if they would be able to do that with continuously having the supercharging network only for Tesla owners. But if they would get the money and then actually build superchargers in the same way, but also for public, it would be a really challenging move, as we all know that many people don't like when other car companies can charge where Tesla charges are. So we have to see if Tesla is being able to get some money from that pie. Again, what I really think will be enormous for Tesla is if they could get the law through with the discounts or tax credits, however you want to call it. This will be really, really important for Tesla as well. They could get a lot of more orders, even though the demand is already through the roof. But as long as the Democrats are doing that, by the end of the year, we will have already Giga Austin working and hopefully producing already Model Y, so that could help as well. So this is one of the news, but we have even more, because we will look into in a moment into the market share of plug-in vehicles in 7 top countries. And we are seeing here Norway just smashing it, then Sweden, Germany, Netherlands, France, UK, and China. Again, this is just the percentage, so it's not the amount of cars, it's just a percentage. And of course in Norway it is much higher because less people live there, and in China it's much lower because it's a billion people, over a billion people living there. Then we do have it without Norway, because Norway is really an exception here, and we do see that it looks already much more smooth here. For the Netherlands, I think it was last year that they had a lot of tax credits and credits on EVs, which are not here anymore this year, so that makes the move clear. And we do see that Germany is actually moving up here, and I do expect that this entire industry will take a lot of time, guys. So even though some people think we are already right in this entire movement, that everything is changing and Tesla had the lead and now everyone is coming, guys, I think many people forget how much more time it will need, that the entire industry, the entire fleet that is currently in all the countries on the street is changed. It will take time. And this, what we just saw, for example, for Germany or for China, this is a small percentage of the cars that are new sold. So there are still plenty of new cars that are gasoline cars and that will last for many years on the street. So the first major goal should be to reach a level in 10-15 years where we might not see any new diesel or gasoline cars here, because that is the major milestone we have to reach. At that point, we won't see any of these cars going to the street anymore, and then we can reduce the fleet and further increase the share of electric cars. And I'm not saying that electric cars will be the perfect solution. There might be other solutions coming in the next few years that we haven't really talked about yet. It can be a mix at some point. That's totally fine. But just remember, yes, the numbers are good, but we have a long way to go. And I'm really excited to have you all with me on that way, because it is an important change for all the countries in the world. And for us, we are right in here looking at Giga Berlin, and I'm really looking forward for the first Model Ys coming from Giga Berlin very soon. And I hope they will be getting ready here very soon. So thank you for watching, and thank you for your support, and I wish you all a wonderful day, guys. Take care.